Hello everybody and welcome to the Lotus Fire Show. My name is Pyrus Maniverse and we're live today with a surprise Baldur's Gate 3 stream, where we're probably gonna finish it actually. Everything leads to this being the finale. Except unless we get our butts kicked for 2 hours straight, which is, you know, acceptable, I suppose. I have formulated a better plan than I had this morning, okay? And that plan is we have allies and we're gonna friggin' use them. Okay, also I'm pissed off that the Emperor still exists. He's got the audacity to come at me and complain that I didn't want to be a friggin' loser like him. Whatever. Okay, what do we got? Play that funky music, Lazel. She's user action, so what we're gonna do is we're not gonna stand in magic missile range. We are gonna go and smack this person over here. Real quick. Tentacles, right? Yeah. Oh, the audacity of some tentacles. Can I get both tentacles? Can I hit him with the tentacles? I can't hit. Here we go. That was a fireball, and apparently I can follow it up with another attack action, right? So that's pretty cool. Can't do that though. Yeet. Okay, well that's not so bad, right? Oh wait, was it bonus action? Oh, this is a bonus action? Nah, it can't be a bonus action. Why was that a bonus action? Alright, not that I'm complaining, to be fair. Alright, we are now in Mind Flayer Zone, which I literally said I didn't want to do, but... There we go. No missing. Zero miss, squad! He also have Fireball. I cast Fireball. And again, I want to keep Orpheus kind of out of combat. I don't know what they're going to do. Nice. We just need to start using our NPC allies a lot more. See, that's not so great. Why are you just tossing stuff? You're supposed to have cool abilities and stuff, okay? You're kind of just sucking at this game. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get some big boy spells out here. Yeah. Okay, saved. We don't like that. Just tossing things non-stop. Help yourself out, homies. These are nameless fists. I don't really mind that they die, to be honest. None of that. No. Nerd. Uh-oh. You're no longer heroic. Nice. Oh! What am I gonna do if I'm silenced? I don't even have magic, you nerds. What are you doing? Oh, dude, I ripped like half my finger off. Ow. Oh, that sucks, dude. Okay. I think that fist defender might have died. Love that they're aiming at the NPCs, but like, why? Okay, baby damage. Even though they failed. Ow. Alright. Next one. Consider me unsurprised. Lae'zel is currently stunned. I can attack with bonus action, so what we're going to do is we're going to summon the next squad. Iron Hand Grenadiers. Not quite sure why I'm getting, again, an extra basic attack. Oh, sure. Oh yeah, right. Something allows me to use bonus actions and actions interchangeably. That's what this is all about. That's the weird bits that we're getting here. Okay, gotcha. Ugh. I don't have the necessity of doing that, so let's try and... stun the dragon? Good. Not too surprised, but I get to try it again, so here we go. Missed. Alright, again, not too surprised, but... Alright, can't cast spells because we are silenced, so guess what we'll do? Oh, that is considered a spell. Noted. I guess we're just gonna sit here and be offended. How can you do that? I'm confused. Can't cast spells, but can cast counterspell? Okay, buddy. Whatever you say. More magic missiles. That'll be into Karlach.
By will or by force, you will join us.
I feel like that's just telling him, like, everything that was said prior. Oh, he's healing. Great. Moody control. One of our characters. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Orpheus? Uh-oh. That was me. One of the Iron Hands, I think. Yeah. Oh. Someone just died? Oh, a tentacle. Nice. I'll fend them off, she says. Yeah, sure. First of all. What are your bonus actions? Oh, never mind. Just use that. Dominated says... every time it takes damage. No bonus action. Okay, we get this guy then. More tentacles? Yeah. I want to stun. Still no stun. Also immune to fire damage. Not too surprised. Bleed then. Also no bleeds. Okay. Maybe I wasn't clear. Oops. That's fine. Dead? Oh, yeah, I'm going for this nerd.
Come on, Karlach.
Too bad. That's what I want to see. In with a cleave. I don't know why that didn't hit. Okay. Okay, Iron Hand Gnomes are now actually working. They're doing stuff. Nice!
Think you can take me on?
Get this. Still alive. That's just annoying. I'm chugging that potion. I don't want him dying at all. He needs to live. Yeah, that range is not as good. Who are you gonna toss this at? Hit the tentacle. Cunning action, nice. We're gonna have a lot of problems if we don't get there in like the next 2 turns. I mean, I'm not surprised you saved. Here comes the bad stuff. Thanks for the follow, Lydia Gammy. Oh, miss? Boo. I said no. Enough of that. Yeah, leave my grenadiers alone. It's Karlak again. Oh, yikes. Yeah, you can fly away. Okay. Aw, she fell! I mean, look, fine. We're now at the part where we're trying to not kill this thing to piss off the gift that it belongs to. Yeah. Nice, a crit. Too bad I can't do anything else with that. Okay, common. Ah, dude, a miss for real? Fine. Gale's gonna get a turn. Oh, it's not his turn yet, though. Ugh. I'm trying not to kill this dragon. This dragon wants to die. Okay, here we go. Silver Harp Squad. No, I think we want the Saloon Squad on Lae'zel. Oh yeah, okay. I guess it's a Mass Cure Wounds. He's fine. We can heal Orpheus. Alright, nice. Short rest, which means you'll get a spell slots back if I do that. Call that. And it's gonna be a lot of okay, Sonic Backlash? I'll live.
This is the only outcome.
It really isn't. No. Not Orpheus. Oh man, Freddy's in range. Not good. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Lae'zel, leave her alone! Oh my god. Landed on the Emperor. Beautiful. Okay. Alright. We're in trouble for this part? Yeah. And that gives us a bunch of baby enemies too. We got our passive active. Yeah. Knock her out. We're not done here. Kindly get out of the way though. Knocked out, it's still massively in the way. Cool. On top of that, we have no mercy for things that actually want to fight. Oh right, she's out of... Sweet, alright. You can't attack me, we're going up here. We gotta stay out of the doom circles. What's next here? Range support from back ranks. Sword of the Silverlight. Dame Aelin. I don't want her dying. You'll be fine. No. Kithraki. Okay, then we'll summon support. Get the Harpers in here. Not in the Doom Zone! You killed the dragon. Alright, I guess I have no choice but to respect that decision, though I really don't like that you just did that. Of course. You do annoy me. Why are you still alive? Never mind, we're grappled. Okay, who's this? Okay. Yes, do get out of the Doom Zone if you're smart about it. I forgot, he's still in the friggin'... Things are about to get real complicated. Okay, what do we got? I want a... Oh, we can cast that at 6th level. Interesting. I want an air elemental, and I want it over here. It summoned another... Okay. That might actually choose to attack... Oh. We do hear the Elder Scroll, that's the point, I don't want it. Harper dead. There's another Harper. Wait, was that in? I don't know who that was aimed at. The Nautiloid's about to open fire, we're gonna lose one of the Iron Hands. Pew pew pew! Whoa, okay. It doesn't have the teleport. 2d6 versus a lot of damage. Okay, we're doing that. I'm not understanding what this is. On save. Slazel. Still alive as we can see. I'm here. You're not. Yeah, I don't think she can make it. Wyvern Stinger? Don't know why you're calling those guys. Yeah, I don't have the... Eh. Oh, fine.
Got it.
Kind of what I was worried about. I need to attack no matter what, so that's what I want. Cool. Still alive, most of us. Fight's not over, but we're still alive. Okay, that's me. We're gonna use the fly action here. Or I could use the Force Stone. Fly it is. Yeah, I don't have that, so I'm out of key points if I do that, so double miss? Gross, disgusting, absolutely awful. Oh dear. Yeah, die. Cunning action though. Oh, that's gonna get a grapple. Nope. Haha. Does not stop you from taking shots though. I don't want to be anywhere around here.
Of course.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need to get Gil all the way to the top anyway, so I shouldn't have dashed. I think I should have just... Oh no, stun my mind. I can't do that. I need that if I want to use a big boy spell on the... Lol. Okay, non-Lloyd open fire. You sure like to alliterate. I don't know how many of us are gonna take hits. Okay, mostly it's that we have some spawn. She doesn't have any potions. Start slashing. Yeah. Okay.
My turn.
I mean, a hit's a hit. Can I reach it with that? No, she still needs to attack though, so we're gonna have to take a shot with the crossbow. I wasn't necessarily expecting it to hit, but... Now you use yield? I guess because you know that it'd miss if you do, right? So... Good job! These allies are actually kind of smart. Okay. What we're gonna start by doing is we're gonna fly over to this guy. Actually, why fly? Oh, looks like I took damage from that, but hey. I have a potion here, right? I also have this. Gives me some temp HP. I'm gonna wait. Get out of that! It's obviously a danger zone. Don't step in it. What are you doing, guys? Oh, okay. I don't know. Use a sanctuary action. The tentacles are you guys' job, yeah, I guess. Fire shield chill, so that says resistance to that, huh? Consider dying then.
Swiftly now.
I can't go there, which is fine because I don't want to. That's a danger zone. Not as many. Actually, everything here is allied. Wouldn't that hurt though? You're kind of shooting the brain itself, right? Okay. I need to go. Shouldn't have second win anymore. See, the problem is I don't want to get stuck with like insta kills. Oh, there's an enemy there. Okay. Here we go. I'm fairly confident you guys can take this thing out. If you don't miss. We could dimension door someone there. Aw, you punk. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean that's the move, isn't it? Because I don't want Orpheus to die. Oh, you get the Harper. Okay.
Shall be done.
Hell Riders. Going well, but everything went to crap when we made it to the Mind Flayer's inner, the Elder Brain's inner brain zone. So I don't know. Thank you for the follow, Lily P. Alright. It's big brain time.
You feel it. A sudden shift. The brain is weakening. Its grasp of itself slipping. This is your chance.
Yeah, we saw this earlier. We automatically go in, I think, don't we? Yeah. We know it's big mad. We are stuck inside. Okay. We have less than 5 turns to do this. So, I think the first thing we're gonna do. We have to try. I want to see if there's any immunity against stuns. Against all odds. What's this? Is that the follow from earlier? I'm getting double pinged. It's confusing because I set up the the visual alerts. Sonic Retribution on the first hit, which I really don't want to see, but hey. Oh yeah, Moonbeam's good. We're gonna have to fly in first, I'm pretty sure. Lucky me, I can fly. We're already kinda okay. Comes Brainquake. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I don't know whose turn it is. Orpheus? Kill this thing. Thanks. Can't loot it. Yeah, they're doing great at killing these things, actually. That's pretty good. Okay, Gale. Gale can make it in. Chain lightning, punk. It failed to. Nice. Jumping. Zevlor's turn. I forgot he's a paladin. They don't have much else to attack at the moment. Now the Netherbrain's gonna do an insta-kill zone, and I kinda hate it, but hey. I don't know if it's gonna actually immediately detonate it, because I feel like that's what happened last time. Are the Hell Riders all tieflings? Because that makes sense. It's just kind of cool. Well, it looks like the Netherbrain did not. Obviously summoned up another health Mind Flayer. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Now we've got the mobility to not fall if it summons one of those ugly zones, right? Oh, you don't have a choice today, actually. That's the whole point of the stream. You're referring to yourself in the third person. Noted. Okay, there's the Orb of Negation right above Gale. Don't like that. I think it might have just blown Gale up. No, he's still alive. Can't reach destination. That's not true. Fine, we will do what we know you can do. Where's our friendly neighborhood Mind Flayer here? There it is, look at that. Hello friend, I am an elemental. I do not mind caustic brine that much. Double crit? Or it's just a crit, but okay, I see. I don't want to go in there and then get my butt kicked. Okay, so we just don't be in that zone. The answer to that is not with that attitude.
In position.
Gotta shoot. Here we go. This is the first round. Oh, it's got reactions back. Brainquakes. But I have survival instinct. I don't know why it keeps flashing, probably because they're like fighting on the outside, we're fighting on the inside. It's trouble. Okay. Now I can cause problems. Yep! That should be it. That was a lot easier now that we actually used our allies. That was a long rest. It just straight up gave us like a full heal. I'm scared. Why? A second phase? No. You talked a lot of trash.
Silence, Brain! The grand design has failed! You have failed!
Get him, Lae'zel.
Join me. Wield me. Become absolute.
This is
No, no, no.
You have to command it to die!
Can we do that? Is that a thing? But the choice remains ours, right? Command the brain to destroy the tadpoles and then itself.
I must obey. I must.
To think the reason that this is happening is because you gave us a tadpole. Sucks to suck, I guess. Hope Lostarian's not standing in the sunlight because he's gonna have a bad day.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn iniquids.
That is unfortunate. Oh, we have the mark of the absolute. That's right.
Through you, obliterating all thought. All.
It had to die, but it didn't have to do it quietly. Oh, the crown is just reconstituting itself? The crown wasn't exactly the most... Oh, we have to catch that. I can't let that fall into anyone's hands.
Silence.
At least it won't be Raphael's.
For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own.
Oh no.
And then, gravity.
We've been through this before. The Nautiloids should be functional, and there should still be mind flayers inside of them. The brain itself is gonna have probably incapacitated every mind flayer connected to it. By its death knell. Is that armor, like, I wonder if the mind flayer armor you get changes depending, like, in appearance depending on, like, what you're wearing at the time? Because my armor was red. It was a red armor with similar designs, but not quite the same. Aw, dude, please take out the Nautiloid. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, man. Oh, those people evacuating the city are gonna have a bad time. You fell into the Kionthar? Wow, that river's never gonna get enough fun. Not the brain stem. Yucky. Yeah. Is it disintegrating? Oh, I guess it did command itself to explode. I guess that's what Gale would look like if you don't feed him enough magic, huh? Oh, that's a mind flayer. Leave the kids alone. Oof. Yeah, like they're kind of incapacitated, like I said. Random civilian kills mind flayer with a hey Bale, like. Oh, but that wasn't just a random mind flayer either. That was an actual, like, full-on mind flayer because it has the clothing and everything. Unless they materialize it when they're awake enough, but they didn't, so I don't think so. The farmers are winning! I will say, however unfortunate it is to see an entire species just start dying. I don't think they would win by not doing that. Using the upper hand when they have the chance. I mean, these guys are all... He beat him with his bare hands! I love the motif that they use in several bits of music in this game. No, there's a very high likelihood you guys have missed some. And if you're lucky...
Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
If you're lucky, they'll have been disconnected from the Elder Brain, so they probably won't be going after the Grand Design, because they haven't been indoctrinated enough. Though I guess the Tadpole would be the one doing the thinking in that bit. I told it to kill the tadpoles, but like it also mostly transformed the people that had the tadpoles. Our squad didn't, so like our characters no longer have tadpoles inside their heads. Which means Astarion, you better find some sunlight shelter.
We actually did it! And the city's still standing.
And Orpheus is alive!
They're draining. Just like Mazora said they would.
Now you're just a regular fighter.
Small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
You could actually study for the magic.
Yet my blood still simmers.
Against all odds, we cured ourselves. Free from the parasite, free from the prospect of ceramorphosis. I can hardly believe it. I will not become...
Yeah, that's great for you, Gale.
Not to cast any slight on you, of course. Your present form is but a sign of your gallantry.
I was thinking to myself earlier how Orpheus switched really fast from ew, you guys were friends with an Illithid to you turned into an Illithid to sacrifice yourself. It was such a noble thing. We're gonna sing songs about you. You're gonna save our people, etc. And it occurred to me that the logic behind that is because for the Githyanki, there isn't much worse than like being turned into a mind flayer, suddenly losing not only control of your mind, like they would have been done when they were still slaves, like when the Gith were still slave to the mind flayers, but also losing every sense of identity of yourself. So of course, choosing to like culturally, seeing someone choose to do that in order to save their people would be a very important decision. So yeah, now it makes more sense to me after like I wasn't upset about it by any means earlier. I was like a little confused by the immediate switch, but it makes a lot of sense that like he just sees someone he just randomly met, and in the beat of 5 minutes he saw that person go, I was trying to free you more, blah blah blah. I don't even think that's relevant to the fact that then he says, okay, well someone's got to turn into a mind flayer because that's the only solution I know. And instead of seeing you go, one of my insubordinates can do it, or one of my friends can do it, when someone else offers, because you don't say the thing, you could have easily stepped out and just been like, and everybody else would have been like, that's fine, someone else offered to do it, right? We can't blame you for it. But no, someone offers, and you go, no, it's my responsibility. So Orpheus is like, whoa, maybe, like, obviously I misjudged this person, because they just decided to immediately take the worst decision that I probably would never, like, choose. I don't think Orpheus was gonna pick to be the Mind Flayer. You could force him to do it. I don't think he was gonna do it on, like, by his own choice. We're gonna say I did what was necessary.
All Githyanki know your name and your sacrifice. What you have done today will start a fire that rages across the astral plane.
I wish you the best, big guy. Free your people.
My people will burn away Vlaakith's corruption. And it is all thanks to you. The Illithid who defied a nether brain.
The best Illithid in all the land. I'd rather be remembered for who I was before. I couldn't have done it alone. Remember my friends when you remember me. Let it be known to all your people, not all mind flayers are alike. To be honest, I wish I'd made you do it. No. Remember my friends. We're gonna go with remember my friends.
My savior.
I could go with the not all mind flayers, but also mind flayers by their biology is an incredibly complex conversation to have. So I'd rather make the choice in this dialogue to be like, yo, my friends,
My people are leaving, and I must leave with them. Come, Laser.
who by the way we have really high approval with
We will
most of
free
them.
the Githyanki and dismantle the Empire. Let them be imprisoned no longer.
The Githyanki in the Helldusk armor. This is your choice to make,
But
Lae'zel,
I
not
must
to mine.
go with the prince.
I said it out loud too.
I will never be free while my people are still bound by Vlaakith's chains.
I was hoping she'd make that
Your
decision,
will
to be
is
honest. I think
strong,
that that's the
Master.
right choice.
Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called.
Is that me?
Malagir.
Am I
Liberator.
Malagir?
Orpheus.
Yep, she was looking at us.
Ready.
That's lit. We are Malagir.
Julas! Juthas!
I assume those are the dragons? Yeah. Oh, he's giving her a dragon? Oh man, I'd love to be Lae'zel right now. I love me some dragons. Those dragons stuck around long enough to like... Cause like, how long has he been imprisoned? There's so much space in that helmet, it's weird. Farewell.
Farewell, Gestil, my liberator.
I wasn't in love with Lae'zel's story, but man, is it good. That still kind of hurts to see her just fly away. I mean, it makes sense. Like, yeah, obviously.
There's nothing left but the silence of the city, smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt.
We did most of their side quests. Oh, we have to decide for the last two, I think,
You
right?
are a mind flayer, the very thing you sought to eradicate. Whatever self you possess is quickly ebbing away. Your friends
We-
and enemies alike are ripe for manipulation. And if
Nah.
not manipulation, then consumption.
We
Soon you
should
will
be
not able to
fine.
trust yourself at all. You will be a monstrosity beyond redemption.
Well, if that's the case, then we know the Emperor was lying to us for a
Perhaps
long,
you're
long time.
unique among illithid kind.
I love that it
Perhaps you
doesn't tell
retain
you.
enough of who you are to resist your nature. A
Here's
rogue
hoping. We still need to
mind
eat, though.
flayer, like the Emperor. The risk
Oh,
is
so that implies that the
certainly
Emperor
yours
actually
to take.
succeeds.
Will you?
What's the other option? Mind Flayer, you've never been so wise, nor strong, nor cool. Embrace it. You survivor, you'll be ready to take your life if you feel the slightest loss of control. Should be no Mind Flayer roaming freely. Put yourself in prison. Oof. We're gonna go with number 2 because it's the only one that I'm...
You
Not
have
immediately get
thwarted
myself.
the illithid grand design. You have defeated 3 chosen and a nether brain. You are miraculous.
We have the wisdom to stop
And
ourselves
you
from
have
doing this, right?
earned
We're a
the
monk.
right
Just
to live.
follow the
Your
psalms that you
fate
might have
will be
learned, I
what
guess.
You make of it. Now you are your own master. But it seems
An
that
illithid on the
Gale's
surface, hey.
mind is elsewhere.
You want that crappy crown, don't you?
It's somewhere in the Chionthar.
Oh, it's Chionthar now.
If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it.
I don't want to tell him not to, but
The
like...
power of Karsus would be in my hands.
Have you not learned your lesson?
But what then?
Yeah,
What I
we
do
have the
once I
underbit
have it?
of my armor. Give it to Mistra, I guess.
Sage and timely counsel as always. And
Get
I
her to
intend
take that
heed
orb
it.
out of your
A
chest.
wise man learns from his mistakes and
Thank you,
strives not
Gale.
to repeat them. I shall bring the crown to Mistra. She'll cure me of my affliction. And I'll finally be free.
Whatever you do, do not go back into her arms. You'll be her chosen again, I guess. It's the only one I
Deserving
like. And I like the other two, like,
This adventure has taught me
pushing him
everything.
towards becoming more powerful. I'm like, no,
Things in
no,
this world
don't.
far
That's the
more
entire point that we
valuable
don't want him to
than
do.
Besides, we're growing quite fond of this merry band of ours. But I'd quite like to see what happens to it. I'm sure Mistra will summon me soon enough.
Hopefully most of them
but
survive.
until then, I propose we celebrate our victory the mortal way, with a drink in our hands and.
Do you think my
reckless
tongue tastes
abandon
different?
in
Like,
our
does
hearts.
alcohol taste different inside of my
I'm not
mind
sure
flayer mouth?
about, drink in hand, but I think we've all earned some reckless abandon.
No blood
How
for
about
you.
Any thoughts on what's next?
For me or you? Could start with a party. Quick rest and then to work. Can do a lot of good.
Just remember who your friends are, will you? You start to become, well, you know.
Take that lesson to yourself, dude.
I honestly don't mind what we do once we get to the. Ow! What the?
Sunlight.
Oh no! Oh God! Well, it was nice when it lasted.
Get in the darkness.
I'm sorry. I have to go.
Yeah, he would have. That would not have been a problem if he had ascended, but.
Astarion's days in the sun.
I'm
are
sorry,
behind him.
Astarion.
The best you can hope is that he finds darkness and the comfort it once gave
He's
him.
gonna sink back into
Knowing
the
him,
depression that goes with
probably
missing the
will.
sun for the first time.
Comfort was always one of his specialities, especially when it was his own.
We did it,
Like-
soldier. The city's going to be all right,
Why are we running after her?
and so are you.
Yeah, she's burning up. I hate that she gets a dead ending, no matter what.
Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough.
Oh, she's sweating.
So, how'd I do?
If I can't tell her she was the best woman I've ever met. Spectacular in every way.
For you. And for the city, and for myself, and blah blah. But most of all,
Look at us. Look at what we've become because of this.
careful! Hot!
No kidding.
How'd I do? Spectacular! Ah, it's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? Same below as above. I love you. You.
The blue.
I saw. Oh, God!
It's not an adventure without a tragic death, huh?
Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
I mean, I could take her. No, the other choices are send her to Avernus. Stay with her, watch her be here.
I'm ready.
We voted for Gale, but she's gonna go.
Stand back. I'm going to.
Burned up, you can't even true resurrection that. People have qualms about Karlach's endings. I don't blame them.
It's over. And it's
I think that
all
really-
because of you.
If it's between that or sending her to hell permanently,
You
it kind of sucks.
who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire, no Death God's
Scratch?
tyranny.
I don't think that's Scratch. We're missing some bits. We have a statue. Because they came to our camp?
You have earned your place amongst the legends.
That is not what I looked like. So I have to assume that's not me.
Of Baldur's Gate.
Well, hold up. That's 4 endings. What about the rest? Lae'zel. Okay, hang on. Lae'zel, Astarion. Where's Shadowheart? Where's... Will? Where are the rest of them? I guess Will lost his powers? Okay. Shadowheart? We haven't seen any of her in the ending.
Since the Netherbrain fell, you have continued to evolve. Thought is action. Action is thought. Speech is difficult. Your mind has voyaged to the limits of existence, communing with entities unique and wondrous.
I mean, that's good.
But something always calls it back. Back to Faerun. Back to yourself.
Good.
Back to the beginning. The time before you became what you are. When your tadpole first sang in your mind. You are back there once again.
We have to make a
when
wisdom check,
voice
or...
comes to you.
Hey, Withers.
Withers, who you know so well. It is time, he says, to meet with your allies once again. You dream of them
Okay.
often, and now you will see if your dreams have become their reality.
Okay, so we didn't turn bad by the looks of it, right? Okay. Lae'zel's like porting in from the astral plane.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below.
Are we gonna see Karlach post death?
Bond. Together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it
So there's something about Withers that's been bugging me. He looks a lot like the Vecna design we're gonna get. They're gonna get in DBD,
in the months after the collapse of the
and I'm like, why?
night, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon.
At least with the clips I've seen from Vecna.
wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
You know, Withers, I think you like us a little bit. You won't admit it, but you like us. So we can end it by talking to Withers, right? How do you know my face?
Friend, it's been an age, has it not?
You're looking, well?
Well, our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here. despite my
Nah.
reputation getting lost in the post.
Classic Bard. How have you been, Volo?
Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying.
He gives you a buff in the final fight called Volo's Guide to Monsters. Of course.
I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with
Buddy,
the
that's
form.
forgery.
You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering the hero and
I need that to not be the title. I'm begging you. You can do better.
Terribly sorry, but you mistake me, my friend. I'm only accepting complimentary feedback.
I don't want your
Perhaps once the
criticism.
is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword, or better yet, I'll write a draft, and you can just sign your name.
How about I see the forward first? I'm begging
Sign
you.
it for you.
Please let me ride the forward.
Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've
Who's the
many
guide?
friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
You see, Boo? I told you our friend was near.
Oh, man. I want to go talk to Minsk. He was only around for such a short while, like 2 stream
We are
sessions.
not dreaming.
Yes, he's the one who wrote Volo's Guide to Monsters. It's good to see you too, Minsk.
And it is good to be
Though your
seen.
equipment's a bit beat up.
After so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed
We gave him Beastmaster, and I never checked if he could actually summon Boo.
You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the dusty one to open
Withers just
to our very
popped him out of a jail cell? Oh, Stone Lord, of
moment to
course.
lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover.
You were in a cell?
Who have been helping, of course. We guard the streets.
So why were you in a cell if you were helping?
Harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle.
Oh, that's why he has a head
They
scar.
used harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound.
He got knocked out.
Sent his cell, awaiting trial by noble combat.
He thinks he's gonna fight his way out of an execution.
I'm not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
Alright, no, I give it to him. That's a win. They're peacekeepers? The Zentarum are peacekeepers? Oh no. I don't know if that's a good thing. You're gonna get yourself killed. You can't fight everyone you disagree with.
To agree, to disagree. But
Okay.
leave such matters
Okay,
for
buddy.
the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales.
Yeah, okay.
How
You do
have
you, man.
filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky?
I don't think we found anyone to live it with. Honestly, I've been missing all of you.
No, my friend, it is not yet time for tears and passing Boo around for the wiping of eyes.
You wipe your eyes on the hamster?
There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. This
I mean,
bowl
rock
shall
on,
go
buddy.
nicely, Boo, though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for
Of
me.
course he thinks bubbles is what cleans it.
I was hoping you'd make your way over.
Alright, who's next? Who's walking away over here? Scratch!
There's
What?
something strange in your.
What are you doing with that in your mouth?
What is it?
It's... I'm gonna say it out loud. You can still pet the dog if you have tentacles for a face. Whose dog are you?
A familiar invitation. He wants you to throw the object.
It's the astral
It isn't a
prism.
ball. It's the astral prism.
What am I supposed to do with this? I'm so glad Withers remembered to invite my favorite companion. I'm gonna go with where the hell did you find
He
this boy?
whines. Less talk, more throw.
Can I throw something else? Isn't this thing heavy? So glad he remembered to invite my favorite companion.
Scratch barks merrily in something like agreement.
I'm not throwing the prism. Did he give it back? Nope. He did not, in fact, give it back. Will's having a dance. Is that Shadowheart over here? Yeah, let's go talk to Shadowheart.
Starting to wonder if you'd show up.
Look, I had a long way to go, alright? I had reservations, no. Shadowheart, isn't it? I have been counting the days.
So have I. Well, come here, Will.
Wait, so we knew?
It's been forever.
A hug? No, we're not gonna eat your brain, don't worry about it. Must be slimy. I got a big head, you know.
You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it.
Are you saying I'm fatter? I'm down. Brains are leaner than many food sources, I'll have you know. I am as disciplined as ever. I'll take that as a compliment. You look good too.
Suppose I do, don't I? I'm glad you
The white
saw
hair
me.
really pulls it together. She stopped wearing
True.
black too, eh? Feelings
I
mutual.
had no doubt. But I'm glad to hear you say it all the same.
In your head. Alright, tell me what you've been up to.
Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists.
Can finally chill and just do
Flying
regular
across the
adventure
world
things.
Beyond the cloister.
Even though if she ever gets like really pissed, she could just be like, "Hey, Sir Luna, real quick, just nuke him." I thought you might crave a little peace and quiet.
Still be there waiting once I've lived a little.
They're like in their
Don't get me wrong.
20s, the
I've
whole
got a little
squad, to be fair.
cottage with a garden and animals in mind already. One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It's the largest temple of Selûne in existence.
Just have your questions answered by
It seemed
Selûne
like
herself.
the perfect spot to reflect on my parents, on where they came from. And
Well, she was from
where I
Waterdeep, wasn't
came
she?
From too, I suppose. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the moon herself. God, your
She's like, I am deconstructing.
putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long.
Look, it meant a lot to you, alright? Did you bump into Gale? Your parents would be
I know
proud of you.
they are. I can still sense them, I think.
So she dyed her hair, because, like,
And one
the
day
eyes
we'll
here,
be
and, like,
reunited.
her eyebrows. What's next for you?
I don't know. Which is just the way I like it just now. Perhaps I'll just stick a pin in
Have a
map
map,
and
just
see
toss
what
a pin
I
like a
find,
dart.
or head to the docks
She
in
has
the
simple
morning and
weapons
spend
mastery,
the
so she
berth
could
to
probably
find
toss a dart.
somewhere new. I'd
Uh,
like to see the islands,
proficiency, not
maybe,
mastery.
or head south to Arm. I heard there's an enclave of werecats that hunt the followers of dark gods by moonlight. I'd love to see
Werecats?
if there's any
Okay,
truth
that's
to
an
it. But
Interesting.
enough about me. What have you been up to?
I apparently am leaving. Okay, cool, bye.
Don't be a stranger.
What have you been up to? Just- like, what is that? What does that mean? No way, Astarian's complaining.
You would think someone
What's up,
of my
Helson?
vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6
6 whole
have
months.
seemed endless without your company. But now our paths cross once more.
I missed you.
We have all pined for each other's company, I sense. I cannot imagine otherwise after what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again. Hope far
He's like,
away.
please don't have it happen again.
It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
The future's ours to write. Who knows what we might share yet together.
You are right, of course. I am accustomed to dwelling on the past, even when it brought me nothing but unhappiness.
Yeah, your past is unshackled
You
now, big
changed
guy.
that, and gave
Did you go
me
back to the
most
Grove?
Precious of memories. Now the task is to make yet more of them, so that each reunion shall be all the sweeter. And who's to say we need to make such gatherings a rare occasion? My hearth is yours to warm yourself beside always. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all.
I will allow you to ramble on as much as you want, big guy. We got time. I could listen to you talk all day. I feel like I should click that just because of what I've said.
Please,
But if you
spare
insist.
no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see.
They want us to tell
the
stories.
charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halson. Another. Is
They're
the
calling him Daddy
chorus that
Halson, so
greets
it's
me
not their
each
kids.
nightfall.
It's not his kids.
I have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material.
There's no music in the
please.
background, eh?
My reputation is at stake.
Let me see what I have.
Though I never cared for that phrase.
He's an elf. I can't blame him.
Unsettling image.
Oh, sorry. It's not about the age. It's just about being only ears. That's fair. Regale Halson.
You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few.
We don't even know what he
nights
said.
yet, thanks
It's
to
fair.
you.
It's all about what
And
we
should
think
you
we did
wish
during
to
those 6
retell of
months.
your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off.
You would expose
It
the kids to
be
this?
cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now.
Yo, what were
Unless
you up
there's
to?
Anything else?
Yeah, man. Tell me how you've been faring. You wanted to form a new settlement, didn't you?
Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned
Oh,
what was
he's
once a shadowy wasteland
setting up in
into a true home for all.
the
In another
cursed
6
lands that are
months,
no
I
longer
would wager
cursed.
The scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those
Of course, with a
who
bunch of
remember.
druids working on fixing nature, it
The
probably
old
goes a lot
masonry
faster.
of Moonrise Towers and Wraithwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together.
Good. I recall you have a few young wards to take care of, or 9 wagons, was it?
My greatest purpose and greatest reward. Those children have been through more than fate had.
Do you think Arabella joined him? She had a lot of magic that was tied to nature.
On as resilient as anything in nature. I impart what knowledge I can to them, yet, in truth, they teach me far more. The land we saved is theirs, and they will cherish it, I'm sure. Thaniel and Oliver shall never want for friends again.
I'll need to see
You are
this
welcome
place for
whenever you
myself.
wish, and for however long you please.
Cheerful mind flare face. Tell me about Thaniel and Oliver. Do you see much of them?
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers.
Can you imagine how peaceful a whole
They ask
settlement
after you.
based off like nature and the
What you
communion
did for
with
them
the
will never be forgotten.
land's
I can see it
spirit
in
is
the land
like?
all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods.
That's a beautiful sentiment. Still partial to roaming in bear form, I take it.
Half my days in ursine form. The children demanded. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But
Yeah,
I've
maybe
learned that not
make sure they don't go
everyone is
poking
able
random
as
bears.
I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be.
More so than I expected. I thought, no. Did you stay in
On occasion,
touch with the
but
grove?
I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid
an
now,
outside-
and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence.
Well, let's hope, because Korga needs balance, alright. You want a hug?
I was just thinking the very same.
I think we put it off long enough. Usually you have a hug at the beginning or at the end of the conversation, so I'm gonna guess this is the end. Just putting all my friends through the squishiness of my brain head. He's so big! Mind flayers are generally very tall, so it's kind of wild,
Your
or at least they
embrace
come off
makes
as
me
tall.
feel safer than any armor could.
I'm squishy. I turned to leave.
Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this.
Okay.
Ducks are my favorite, but
That's very
I
nice.
thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling.
Do you think it
far
changes
and
depending on how
wide
you play
with
the
turn
game?
Of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
You're a sentimental creature at heart, you know that?
I am well aware, trust me. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on, enjoy the festivities.
Not Volo in the back. It's so good! It's so cute! Why do I love it so much? Ah. Ah. Why did he give me something and then the others didn't? That's a real question. Is it just him? Or is everybody gonna give me something if you like approval rating enough? Ah. Oh, my heart. Lae'zel's in the astral plane, like, forget that, right? Though I guess he's not one of the main starter characters, so maybe that has something to do with it. Oh, look, his,
Look
the
what
Tressem's there.
Tresem dragged in.
Your tattoos are gone! He got it taken out!
Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy. Educator of the esteemed...
School of Illusion. Ah,
Pleasure to remake your
interesting.
acquaintance.
You were an evocation wizard. Let's just hug him, what the hell, man? It's just the best moment to do it, let's go. I am literally so short.
Lovely. I'm glad you're as pleased to see me as I am you. I have to say, I'm quite grateful to just be Gale for the evening. I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my explosive former reputation.
So did you
Seem to put the fear of the gods
get
into
rid
me,
of the evocation
or the
stuff? You
fear
just
of
went into...
Mystra, to be more specific.
It's
I
probably good
surrendered
considering
the
you're
crown of
wizards.
Tarsus to her, as I told you I would. And
I
in
believed
return,
you.
She cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like
Just taking a weight off of
exhaling
him.
for the first time after holding my breath for so very long.
Aye, that sounds like a positive feeling.
Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. And I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile.
They don't
on
have
an
faces.
intellect
Intellect
devourer
devourers
than
don't
some
have
of my
faces.
pupils.
Illusory magic. I mean, he used to do that in the beginning, too. Go on then. Convince me.
Illusory magic has the power to confound the senses, to render the impossible into reality, and to allow expression of that most magical attribute of all, imagination. Unfortunately, in that respect, some of my apprentices seem to be rather
You don't think a lot of them are imaginative?
lazy.
Just doing the
try
basic
their
stuff?
Best, of course, and they can manage to stay awake.
Maybe you should get them...
Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
Is that you? Are you Tara?
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound
The Tressem's
lease of
talking, by
life
the way.
we earned?
I don't think that happened earlier. Find a life a little too quiet. I haven't found someone who loves me in this form. I've grown accustomed to any form. I think
Quiet is
life's
not
been
always
quiet.
peace. That much I can vouch for. But in your case, I think you deserve a moment's rest. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know?
So knowing that
Delighted
Karlak
to
can be
introduce
sent
you to my
to
current cohort
Avernus,
as
does
a
that mean we
guest
can
lecturer, perhaps?
see her in the epilogue
Sure, I have
here?
plenty
Because
of
that makes
questions
me
for you.
very sad. Yeah, let's go with of course.
Never fear. My students are as open-minded and generous a bunch as you'll find north of the Chionthar. And I'll remind them of their manners. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower.
I guess
My
Tara
apologies,
doesn't.
Tara.
Oh, never mind.
That
It's
would
just
be
because Tara
our
wants to
tower.
share. Okay. Of course he has a tower. All great wizards have a tower.
It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures.
Are you putting the moves on me?
Very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now, with time enough to come.
All right.
This stimulating conversation leaves you.
Ah,
hungry.
no.
To speak is not enough. You wish to explore the brain of your friend with your beak.
Oh no, the dark
You would
urge.
save his temporal lobe for last. If you were to eat
Jesus.
language, learning,
Is this
memory. He must have quite the
Is this how we've been
funds
thinking
and
about people? Let's control ourselves, shall we? Glance
The
around.
buffet table at this party bears pie, punch, and cocktail sausages. No respite shall be had at this pitiful smorgasbord.
Blech. Not the consequences of my actions. I have a +3, so I just need 12. It's a less than 50% chance of success. Oh, we're good.
This
Barely,
is
but we're good.
wholly illogical. There are plenty of other craniums awaiting your suction.
We gotta hit ourselves with the
and
small,
this
the
is a
Spock.
prize ally. And besides, this brain before you, its endorphins are in a joyous flow. It
Is that not a good thing?
a wonderful scent.
We
The
like the
odor
smell,
of
so we want to keep it
friendship.
going. I see, I see, I see.
Other reunions to which I was not invited.
Minthara, hi. Okay, well, looks like we're fine. Where'd Lae'zel go? I know she was here. She's walking around. Gale, Minthara. Let's start with Astarion. He's right there.
Oh,
Well, look who decided to turn up.
I didn't have a choice.
I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise.
Withers.
But here we are. At least I assume it's you in there. It's a little hard to tell.
I just gave my clothes to some other Mind Flayer.
How have you been since, everything?
You're not doing so great at this talkie thing, huh? I have missed our time together.
Well, of course you have, darling.
That's
It's
fair.
not easy to replace someone like this.
What happened last time I saw you?
Exactly what I feared. Without the protection of our little friends, I was just an ordinary spawn again. Burning in the sun. I fled the dock and found refuge in the shadows until night fell. Part of me was relieved you left so quickly after the battle. I felt ashamed. Like I'd
That's fair.
lost everything. Just as you claimed your victory. I didn't
Our
want you to see it
victory?
like that. But time lent perspective. It wasn't your victory, it was ours.
There you go.
And for all I'd lost, I'd gained so much more. I had freedom, strength, a whole new life. And it was time to live it. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero.
Oh, yeah?
It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. Apparently, I'm rather good at it.
I could have told you that.
Yes, but you say all sorts of things. Honestly, I don't even listen half the time.
Nice.
It has made for a nice change, though. Inspiring hope in people instead of terror.
The vampire spawn hero?
I
The
do
Mind
try to
Flayer
inspire
hero.
a little terror. I'm still me, after all.
You seem happy.
No, this is all me. I swear. Don't get me wrong. I was a mess at first. Every day I yearned for the sun and mourned my curse to live in the shadows. But in time, I realized that darkness is as much a part of me as my fangs.
You could always just go
This
find
is
for
only
a
occurs
cure,
as long
maybe.
as I
I don't know.
refuse to embrace the shadows.
Though he's drunk blood
So,
before, so I don't know if that's an option.
I decided I would.
Depending on
not
the
to be defined
version of the
by
myth.
choices other people made, by what other people did to me.
That's
My
very
past may be
good.
done, but my present, my future, they're mine. This is who I am, in all my glory, for better and for worse.
I'm glad to hear
That
it.
being said, I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity
Don't ruin it.
presented itself, well,
How about we
I
don't
won't say
sacrifice
no.
7 people? Like
But
come
until
on,
then,
7
I
and
am
1,000.
happy. We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special. Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling.
That's cute. Oh wait, did Lae'zel go back? Lae'zel's in the astral plane. I don't think I'm in danger of trying to kill her, so that's good.
For 2 months,
Hi.
Orpheus trained me in the ways of the comet. For 2 more, I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo.
Limbo, not the astral
Never
plane. Okay.
imagined we'd be standing toe to toe on this day, in this place. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partnership. But in spite of every strained word,
Turns out we're
every
friends.
glance, seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
Why are we killing? Oh, because they work for Vlaakith. Gotcha. I figured the Lich Queen would be dead by now. Rip. Good to see you.
It's nice to hear it. It has taken all of Orpheus's efforts to conjure my projection. And all of
So it's not
mine
Withers
to
that got you here.
convince him to let me come. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This Fey Run.
Your efforts to topple Vlaakith are well underway then.
Gained a foothold in the astral, but still we need allies. And one beyond reckoning has made itself known. Zereth
Okay.
Minyaragith.
A Gith, okay. Nod your head. Okay, yeah, who's that?
What but a who?
Ah, the
American
Githzerai.
blood kin of the Githzerai, an exiled people, once kin with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped
I was
our
wondering if they'd
one
be mentioned, because you
side.
can play as a Githzerai, I think.
Algish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to plan.
I'm curious if you play like a Githzerai, how Lae'zel takes it when you meet her, because she's the first you meet, right? Best choice for the job. Your tongue is as large as your blade.
My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor.
She doesn't really have that much of charisma, but hey.
Sometimes a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him.
Oh, so you're saying he's more
And if he
peaceful.
refuses, I carry on. Gravity
Down?
pulls me in but
Sorry,
one
I'm answering before she says it.
I am
Down?
a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces.
She is a lich!
My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel
She's
of
gotten
my
way more
undeniable
confident. She's wearing a monk outfit. That is not her usual fighter stuff.
And
Good
to
luck,
you,
Lae'zel.
Always. Now go. Mingle a bit. That's the word, right? Mingle. But Don't think you've seen the last of me. I'll be back. Sure as the comet will rise. Sure as Kalir will forever circle the sun.
I feel like failing the con save to eat Gale's brain would suck a lot. It'd be like that last guy we lost at the end of House of Ashes. Oh yeah, what about the egg?
So it has. And a fine man the hatchling will be. I call him Zan. Freedom.
Nice.
With the mages of Zamvadim. I trust his care to no one else.
So he's gonna become a caster.
Zan's
Or an
destiny will be
arcanist.
his
Arcanist?
own to follow. Warrior.
Oh, you don't get to tell him.
Explorer, scholar. His way will be the way of the
I
comet.
like that actually.
No chains to bind us. No lies to bury us. Liberty will be the rallying
I
cry
think the
that
best
unites
choice we made in this playthrough was to free Orpheus. Alright, let's go talk to someone who's actually here. That's Will. I want to save. Because I don't want to eat somebody's brain by accident. And we're going to have to re-roll multiple times if we do, because I really don't want to lose somebody randomly. That would blow, dude.
Now, you can make yourself presentable.
I look like when we
you have in
fought the
mind
brain. I don't know what you're talking about, Jahira.
Your higher form has brought with it some higher manners, then.
What are you smoking? Miss you too, Jahira.
Ah, how nice to be understood again. I have
You're in
spent the
charge of the
past months
reparation,
bickering with builders and
repairs of the
planners,
city?
all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's drought. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
Let's move cursor green out of her face. Destroy beyond recognition. It's a kip, but it's our kip. I wouldn't change a
Baldurians
thing.
Simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer.
Good.
Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers.
A lot of people in the harbors.
My own son Jord.
You
has
see a
been
lot of
added
harpers
to
in
their
the
ranks.
stories that they
Already he
write.
plants
It's
crop cycles in Worms
impressive,
Crossing.
but I wish they'd go for another faction
Not so for my daughter.
at some point.
Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand.
I didn't realize you had a daughter.
Organize the craftsman. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her.
Okay, it's not that you don't want her in the Harpers, it's that she got kicked out. Gotcha. You must be proud of the... I'm afraid you have another... Okay, hang on.
suppose
You must
I
be proud
am.
of them.
I tried to steer them clear of my life's work, but they have chosen it for themselves.
She's been in the Harpers for a while.
Ah, there is still much to do. People to house, a Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city.
She doesn't like Baldur's Gate.
So long as my
fair
family
enough.
chooses to serve it.
It's the New York of this game, of this world. Give me... Let me let my
Harpers
tentacle.
welcome any into their ranks, so long as their soul is willing. You've proven you have one, mind flayer or no. I have lived many lives. It is only right you be allowed to live another.
Give me that's the Harper badge?
Take this.
Yeah, okay. I'm guessing the NPCs that turn into party members probably give you stuff that mean more. That's not just a Harper badge. It has the crescent moon on it.
There is, usually a ceremony. Reciting of oaths, singing of songs. I'm sure we'll get to all of that as the drinks flow. For now, I give you only the most simple Harper creed. To look for the light, and watch always for the dawn. But to enjoy the night while we have it.
How long am I gonna live, by the way, as a mind flayer?
Now, before this night grows any deeper, I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know.
I gotta
Some
taste the
ne'er-do-well
wine.
might have tampered with the wine.
Did you put truth potion in the wine? Will's here. Jahiru's already talked to. There's a fallen tree. Pitcher of beer. Okay. Will. Someone's up there
Gods,
playing.
I must look a mess. I just rolled out from under a pesky ogre when Withers yanked me in. Oh,
The Blade of
I didn't mean-
Frontiers, huh?
Well, I didn't mean that. I just gutted the ogre, not...
I know. I assumed.
How about I change the subject before I dig this hole any deeper? You look positively perfect. Not a
Got all
tentacle
this
out of place.
armor. No.
But damn it all, you were too bold a soul to be slinking in shadows, tentacles or not.
Who said I'm in the shadows? I made my choice for the good of
Sacrifice
Faerun.
hasn't gone forgotten. It's afforded me a life of my own making, slaying the beasts of the coast.
You got turned into a devil for
duty
your
and
like
thrill. The trolls I've
for
killed.
your beliefs. I got turned into a mind flayer for mine. The difference is you still have, you know, your physical needs, and I
don't suppose you'd indulge me.
I don't. I got a different set. Let's go,
Yes,
Frontiers.
Just the one, or I'll be yammering all night.
He's proud of not having a warlock pact.
Stegosaurus that bullied Candlekeep, the impossible lich, or the young dragon who crawled out of deep.
You fought a lich with no magic powers, homie? Okay, impossible lich. I'm gonna go with the lich.
It did, though the adventure had peaceful beginnings, as so many often.
My guy went on 3 different pre-construction modules in between. Daggerford, Knife Town.
By the green lanterns of a caravan. I was about to dig into a hearty stew when it began. A deluge of bone. It was as if
What?
1,000 skeletons were walking the skies and had split into pieces. Skulls, knuckles, ribs rained down on me.
Just dumped a
I
bunch
turned
of
my
bones
skin
on
to
you.
bark and made for the light. The bones clumped and
You did
clattered
that? You can
into
do that?
unspeakable aberrations.
So he got magic back somehow.
I cast and carved until I reached the light. I found no caravan, but a sickly green lich. Each fallen bone was a shard of its essence, an impossibility. But what does a world of nether brains and magic crowns care about the impossible? I raged through the night. By morning, the fields were buried in shards of bone, the liches included.
You did a lot of killing for a warlock with those powers.
Losing the eldritch blasts and the hexes took some
Drops the
getting
most
used to.
popular cantrip.
Nothing but void, where once there was hellfire. So, I stoked new fires in myself using the lessons my father once taught me.
He learned
Now,
Eldritch Knight.
The Blade of Frontiers.
Oh, he's a ranger.
A true hunter.
That makes
of
sense,
monsters.
actually.
A warden in more than just name.
A fighter would have been an easy dip. I've missed traveling. You were with.
I've missed you
Without a
too.
doubt. A pleasure, yeah.
The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts.
So they all kind of changed their classes
The comfort of
a little
knowing
bit.
I didn't face the
But no, I guess Astarion and Shadowheart remained.
If I had to
Will
do it
became a
all
ranger.
over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear.
It looks like Lae'zel became a
Imagine
monk,
not having you at my side.
as most of the Order of the Comet seem to be.
Go on, the night's young. You shouldn't waste a moment of it. Or waste a single drop of wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
I'm assuming your new constitution allows you for it. You think he took Infernal Constitution as a feat? I don't know if we can in this game. I don't think so, but you know. Jahira, Shadowheart we've talked to. Gale we've talked to. Gale hasn't changed. He's changed his subclass though by the sound of it, because he's doing illusions now. We have not talked to Minthara yet. What's this? Aw, dude, you're kidding me. To the hero of the realms, we have followed your adventure closely from the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid to the final blow you struck the nether brain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories, not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feats awesome and terrible, the lives you've saved and sundered, the friendships you found. Though thus we thought to extend a greeting to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such panache, enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius. Barkis. To whom it may concern, Withers gave me this address and said I could consider writing. Thus an update. The Ironhead gnomes are nearly beyond help, but I've managed to yoke them into something resembling a coherent force for innovation. I sound too snobby right now. We've been hired to assist in the city's reconstruction, and our steam-powered object moderations are helping to move building supplies in every part of the city. It's nothing really. I'm well. I trust you are too. We deserve it after all, don't we? Barkus Root. I'm keeping this on me. Who's this? To an old acquaintance. I write to you from the sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out. Builders, visitors, the children of all ages in Halson's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Thaniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes, and as our old songs drift on the wind even louder, I know you have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness, and I'd still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy, and I'm grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday, and if you have some time to stop by an old Flaming Fist's grave, I know I'd love to see you. Art Kalag, the man we saved to save the rest of it. Voss has a letter. Githyanki script adorns one side of the page, others written in the common language. Shalak. The prince of the comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle. Vlaakith's death draws nearer. We have taken to the astral plane, slaughter all who must be slaughtered, and spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have taken up arms with us as the warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to Cratius, dedicating themselves to Orpheus' scribes, spies, and slate scholars, keeping their history, which is something that Vlaakith didn't let them do as well. But our allies do not all call themselves children of Gith. Zerith Minyar Agith, the Githzerai's God King, has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable, but Orpheus has spoken. If Vlaakith is to fall, maybe the two skies must once again be made one. Vos Revrakal, Torpheus, Knight of the Comet. Glorious. Arabella. I love that, because that is such an important, like, shift in what the Gith and we're moving towards. Hey you, it's Arabella. You remember me, right? Bone Man once said I needed to find balance, where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the foot of all being. Fancy talk. He was right, though. After I touched that idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head, and all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out, so I followed the weave, like Bone Man said. I don't know what I knew I'd do, how I knew what to do, I just did. After you squished the brain, Beard Man showed up, said the weave led him to me, and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all those leaves on my head tree. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beard Man. I'll let you know how it goes. Beard Man? I assume was Gale? My friend, no, my darling. Greetings from Menzel Baranzan, where the blood you so kindly traded me is ready to play its part in resurrecting the glorious House of Blodra. From the moment I saw you, I knew you had power, and I knew that I could harness it. I knew that it could be mine. Soon I will descend into the abyss my people call the Claw Rift, searching for my lost house in its depths. Will it be dangerous? Oh yes, most dangerous. But don't fear, darling. Your strength will see me through. I will find the ruins of my house, and when I emerge again, it will be as the matron mother of a house reborn. All thanks to you, all thanks to the power in your blood. Until we meet again, my darling. Araja Blodra, master of the sanguine arts. Okay, blood magic. Where did this? Letter from Sebastian. After so long in a vampire's cell, I'd almost forgotten how to write. Never mind what to write. But what can you say to the person who unlocked your cage and gave you back your life? Or gave us some kind of life, at least. After you killed Cassador and opened our cells, we fled into the Underdark. There were thousands of us, a ravenous wave, mad with freedom and out for blood. And gods did we find blood. We swarmed every monster and unfortunate in our path, drinking what we could. We lost hundreds along the way, some to beasts, but most just disappeared into the dark. It wasn't easy, but eventually Cassador's house spawn calmed us and took control. They found some old ruins we could call home, and we've been there ever since, building new lives for ourselves. We're not free down here, the dark will chain us forever, but we aren't the prisoners we once were either. And thanks to you, and that's thanks to you. You looked in our cages and saw people, not monsters. And here, down in the shadows, we're trying to live up to that. Thank you, now and forever, Sebastian. Good. As good as it gets. Unfortunately, Floric, the counselor. Dear friend, I doubted you for so long. Perhaps you knew that already in spite of my best attempts. You proved yourself time and again. At Joaquin's Rest, in Moonrise Towers, in Worm's Rock, and still I doubted. The Netherbrain's defeat should have proven your courage, yet I was more doubtful than ever. This was a ruse, a dream, a trick. And then one eve, from the elf song I heard it, singing, a raucous, lewd, tuneless, drunken refrain. I'd never heard anything more terrible and more beautiful. I raised my voice and joined the chorus. That was the moment all my doubts melted away and were replaced with something more valuable. Hope. Baldur's Gate will never be whole, will be whole again. I might have doubted you, but you never did. Profound admiration from Floric. She heard drunken people singing our song. This is from the Gur. To the spawn Astarian, greetings from the family of Ulma, hunters of monsters and keepers of peace across Faerun. We know this letter finds you well, for although we hunt you no longer, we do sometimes keep a watch. Your restraint and control over your bloodlust has been admirable. Indeed, it has been an inspiration for our children who have struggled with their own hunger. These last months have been a difficult time for our people. We have protected and nurtured our children as best we can, and we have learned much. Herbs we once used to dull our foes' minds are now sedative to ease hunger and pain. Restraints built to hold the undead now protect them from themselves. There has been a lot of pain, but a lot of progress too. Our children learned discipline and control, while we learned compassion and patience. There was a time when we would have destroyed any undead creature, our own blood or not, and called it a mercy. But when we met you, we saw that redemption was possible. Difficult, yes. Painful, but possible. You saved our children first from Cazador and then from us. For that we should thank you. We will watch you still, but with more admiration than fear. Walk in peace, Astarian. Alfira, she's alive, good. Hello, friend. It's been so long, but I have the most amazing news. You know how Lacrissa was working insane hours at the Elfsong Tavern? Well, she woke me up one morning all excited and told me she had a surprise for me. She took me to a house in the lower city that had a plaque hanging up outside of it. A plaque with your and Lahala's names on it. And School of Music beneath my name. I just burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. It's the cutest house you've ever seen, with a big open space downstairs and a small loft where we can sleep. Word spread, and before I knew it, I had a room packed with trainee bards from Red Lords, from Candlekeeps to Waterdeep. Lacrissa had to quit the Elfsong to help out. I'm teaching night and day and fell into bed utterly exhausted every night. And I've never been happier. Do come and visit sometime. We'd love to have you. Lots of love, Alfira. Does she even know we're a mind flayer now? Damon. Hello, I hope this finds you well, but I don't know how it can. I heard that Karlach died shortly after your defeat of the Brain. Though I didn't know her half as well as you, she was unforgettable. I can't help but blame myself, wonder what more I could have done. Believe me, I won't be caught short again. I've made it my business to learn all I can about infernal metalwork, in case another Karlach should ever visit my forge. But then again, how could there be another? She was absolutely singular. With sympathy, Damon. Yeah, Karlach.
I don't know how to
This is for Gale.
Maybe I don't need to.
Gale, my boy, I can only apologize for my absence from Wither's little gathering. As you know, only the most urgent of business would keep me from indulging myself in his excellent taste of sweetmeats. And your esteemed company, of course. I was delighted to hear that you came to your senses with regards to that cursed crown, and delighted yet further when I learned that the orb's malingering presence no longer poses any threat. In that sense, at least, I hope you feel Mr. treated you fairly. I trust you're enjoying your adventures. I have to say, I struggle to picture you outside of Waterdeep, or your library for that matter. Whatever your escapades take you, be sure to keep your larder well provisioned. After all, one never knows when an old friend might drop by. Elminster is such an old man nocturne? Yeah. Dear Shadowheart, I hope that you are happy and well. I must keep this short, as I remain surrounded by Shah's followers at almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with old friends, and I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of your bravery that you did. Water. Perhaps one day, yeah, and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other once again. Yours always, Nocturne. Oh, he's got a crush, or she's got a crush. I don't remember who Nocturne is. Valeria. Salutations! I'm writing to request your help in a mysterious case that... Oh. Since our little Baelish Bash a half a year ago. Regrettably, I've had to take the credit for dispelling the Ball cult, in your absence, you understand, and I'm working on routing the reigning Ballers from our fair city. This has made me a target. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public. An alleged unpaid bar tab at the Elfsong. If you happen to be passing through with a bundle of corn, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence. Much obliged. Investigator Valeria, Sleuth of Helm. P.S. Any advice on getting Ballis blood out of cloth? My hat's not been the same since the murder tribunal. Eat a penis. That's all I gotta say to you. Worst detective. Okay. I had a dream last night. Not that there are any nights here, or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you, and you were here with me, and I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough to eat a quench dessert. A desert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody's asked that for so long that I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words to answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they belong to themselves. The archives and art gallery, the boudoir's grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am hope, and I persist because of you. Saza. Hello. Praise the Absolute and all that. It's your bestest pal, Zaza. Not sure what happened after we got separated out at Moonrise, but I'm sure everything's going on just like it should. Must have got turned around in the shadows, because I haven't found another true soul follower of the Absolute for a while now. Little tribal goblins I met looked at me all funny while I tried to convert them, and then one of them put an arrow in my backside. I ain't lost my faith, though. Any day now, the good times are coming for old Saza. I have been captivated and put in a small cage by ornery cat people who scratched up my face all nasty like. I'm sure you can find me. You're a true soul after all, and the Absolute will put a map in your noggin so you can come rescue me. Right, so Saza's boned. Glad you wrote me, though. Thought I'd reach out first for once. I finally have my baby, a beautiful boy. I can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. Oh, this is the hag. Yep. He screams his head off half the night, and I've barely slept, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. Oh, that's a mood. I love children, but goodness, they're an effort when they're young, when they're babies. It's... Especially when you're a first parent, you don't know what, like... You never know what to expect. It's like so many people say this, like when you have a kid and they're like, you don't know what you don't know what to expect. All kids are different, but like it's such an understatement to understand how much sleep deprivation changes your levels of mood. We will deprive ourselves of sleep to do certain things, and we will be cranky about it on a regular basis. At least that's how I've kind of seen people around me do it. Like, you kind of stay up to the game, or stay up to read, or stay up to do a whole bunch of stuff. But when it comes to a child, you no longer control how much sleep deprivation you have, and that really changes. It's different. It's not the same as like when you choose to deprive yourself of sleep, because you can only be angry at yourself when you deprive yourself of sleep by your own choice to like indulge or binge in your hobbies. But when it's a child, you can't really be angry at them either. You're just kind of angry. It's worse sleep deprivation, I guess is what I'm saying. It's a balancing act, and the best thing I can say, and this is, I've never talked about being a parent all that often on stream, but the best thing I can tell you to do is to find a balance and a way to vent your frustrations away from the children. If you have any sort of like short temper, and you will have a short temper on sleep, like if you don't sleep, take a break if you can. I understand some people are single parents, so like I wasn't. I was lucky in that that I had a lot of support. So have a support network if you can, and find ways to cope with the anger and the impatience and the sleep deprivation, because sleeping is oftentimes not an option. And I've seen it happen all the time at my job too. All these new parents, they come in exhausted, they come in with a short temper. They don't even necessarily realize it, but you can tell. It's an experience. Love kids. You can never be prepared. Other than my wedding day, of course, I decided to name him Connor after his dad. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors are starting our own publishing house. I've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author. It's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags, but you know what they say, right? With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. Just Ethel? You think it's just Ethel? But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off. It's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. Couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pints are on me. 2 more. Okay, Zevlor. Ah, yeah, our paladin homie. Hope my penmanship has improved somewhat in the past months. When I first stumbled into the city, I shook so badly I could scarcely hold the soup the priest pressed into my hands, let alone write and thank you as you deserve. It is only when the city itself began to shake that I felt my hands grow still. Along with the other veterans sheltering at the table, discards of Elturel's unworthy legions, I watched the monstrosity rise over the city. We felt no fear, only anger, disgust, purpose, and with it power. I do not know what oath we cling to now or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure that this city will not suffer as Elturel did, whether it wants us to or not. It is more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what I did to my people, but that is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and if I am permitted to work alongside them, then I am content. Come and see us when you can, Zevlor. So the Hell Riders, we don't see a lot of the lore here, I think, or we haven't seen it on stream at least, but like, they messed up and they actually got an entire city dipped into Avernus. I don't know if Zevlor was part of that. It sounds like he was. To the Malagir who freed me, to Lae'zel, to Lakmagir, my words come to you on slate, for they are immutable and eternal. You are not just liberators, you are all warriors of the comet, whatever land you travel, whatever sea you cross, whatever plane you grace. Vlaakith's pawn fall, one by one, at the hands of my faithful, but the city of death stands, and the queen sits on her vile throne as its center. At its center, but we stand at a precipice. Lae'zel, thanks to you, we are soon to restore an old kinship, and Vlaakith will burn in the fires of the stoked. He's convinced. The protocols are written anew, and to you, Malagir, I dedicate the first. All who call themselves Gith shall unite under one sky. Gith ka tafkim crashed. Orpheus. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Minsk is gorging himself.
Oh, pardon me.
Melil. Who the hell is Melil?
Withers has a keen eye for a knight.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
Music's fine. I don't know who you are.
You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little.
I did just say I don't know who you are. How do you know Withers?
I owe him a favor. One he is eternally invoking. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the feud plane.
Oh.
Alas, one purgatory to another.
So Withers doesn't play at parties like this all the time. What are you doing in the feud plane?
I'm wishing in obscurity. Cyric knew what he was doing when he punished me for that song, the prick.
Who's Cyric?
Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None.
So is he a deity?
Musical prayers were once offered to Melil, Lord of Song.
He is a deity.
Minor deity whose worship faded after offending the trickster god Cyric.
Is he an elven deity?
I'm washed up, I'm afraid.
Even the Mind Flayers appreciate a good tune. Honored to meet the Lord of Song.
You know.
You're lucky, because I usually fail these checks.
Finally, the scribe picks an adventurer of substance.
The scribe?
What can I do you for?
Nothing. Please carry on as you were.
Fantastical news. Carry on I shall.
The scribes. Was Withers some deity of scribes? I guess that makes sense. Where's my friend that I wanted? Minthara. Huh? No, that's Minsk. Starin, Volo. Minthara that just disappeared. Did she get offended by somebody and just dip? Oh. Shadowheart. There's some people still around then. We'll make the rounds. I don't know where she went. She was hanging around here earlier.
Reunited with friends amidst nature.
Lae'zel's here, no.
What more could I wish for?
Oh, what's in here? No, that's where we're supposed to go. Never mind. Cancel that! Guess we'll go to the lakeside. Alright, I'm loving this, but I do need to use the washrooms. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Here we go. Let's finish this up. Minthara, where the hell are you? That's me. She's doing the covert thing, huh? Spoken. Where is the friggin' dark elf? There she is. Leaning there, having a good time.
So, here we are. A gathering of allies at a cold campsite with no servants to attend us and few luxuries to enjoy.
Hey, you're cured from your illithidness.
Conquerors. We could have ruled these realms as gods.
You need to learn how to appreciate other people's freedom.
Do you ever regret that we did not take control of the Netherbrain?
Not for a single second. You of the all should be glad the absolute is no more.
Revenge could there be than enslaving the abomination that was the author of my torment? I shall not dwell on the past, though. The
Twisted
future
thinking,
is
fine.
unwritten and rich with possibilities.
What mark have you been making, Minthara?
That returning to the Underdark as an apostate of
There's
light
more to the Underdark
would
than
be
Drow
an
cities.
act of madness. Perhaps it was. If so, it is a madness that fits me well.
Do you consider taking the Loth tattoo off?
Swarm to my cause, and even if it takes centuries, I will reclaim my house in Menzoberranzan. And make the Spider Queen bleed.
Alright, I do think the Spider Queen has some problems coming, but that's fine. That was a very short conversation, mainly because I don't think her side quest really went that far. Let's see if we can get you here to figuring out Minsk's problem.
I'm enjoying myself.
Seems Minsk has land, yeah.
The man just makes friends wherever he goes, no? Ah, fine then. I shall keep him from jumping back through a portal in the morning. Or perhaps follow him and give the Zentarim a talking.
If my head is sore enough.
My head is sore enough.
If my hangover is bad enough, I'm gonna save Minsk big time. Let's go. Alright, that's pretty cool. Oh, dude, we could read this. Let's go. Thorm's army dispersed from Baldurian borders. Report Stone Lord killed by beloved ranger. Harper's out of hiding. Secretive sect step forward to aid city. Almond cakes of Avernus. Salturian refugees. Okay. I thought that was a picture of Lazal. I don't think that is because the site of Foundry Blast still sectioned off. Yeah, we did go boom. Any other? Questions linger over mysterious disappearance of Duke Ravengard. He's dead. Murder solved. Gondians disband. Gond's time has come and gone. Gondian no more. Wolverine Bongle's Iron Hand Gnomes take center stage. Serial killer unmasks crazed Ballas. Okay. Iron Hands and Gondians rebuild. City's new era of ingenuity. Planar plan. City caught in center of Githyanki war. Oh, goodness. Volothamp Getter. Gettard's current guide to Baldur's Gate. Bart seeks contributors to newest edition. Last holdouts. Cultists cleared from Temple of Baal. Iron Throne wreckage continues to block shipping lanes. Complaints. Okay. Business boom. Sacred troubles in the House of Grief. Settlers bound for lands upriver amid claims curses lifted. Aye, good.
God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get...
Don't complain about the supplies I gave you. Witnesses encounter vampire spawn and live to tell the tale. 6 months since the assassination of Archduke Gortash. Small Sun, the Tour New district built by Elturian refugees. Janath House to host an evening of art and culture celebrating Salvation of City. New Bardic School Tiefling founder secures upper city funding. Ah, yeah, we got a... Okay, cool. Monument planned for Heroes of the High Hall. I guess that's us. Weak to call us Heroes of the High Hall, if I'm being honest. You could have given us such a cooler name. A +1 dagger? Just for cutting the meat? That's wild!
I fear I am becoming a
What happens if we play with him?
Oh, pardon me.
What's he doing? Endless Spring. Can I do that?
like a century ago that we were all together, but also like no times past at all.
We're just whistling. Oh, that's not so great. Nobles have a certain spice. Can I not play on a... Oh, I don't have the... Okay. How do you equip it? Let's go!
The past made present. I'm glad for it.
Why are my eyes glowing?
For this.
It's called Of Divinity and Sin, right? I feel like it's literally the theme of Divinity Original Sin. Yeah. Alright, let's move our way to... the actual credits, shall we? Don't turn off the door. Talk to Withers.
Thou feelst it still. She is not here. She who means the most.
Yep.
Hast thy thoughts been with brave Karlak often?
We didn't threaten to eat anybody else. The world is so much worse for her being gone.
Not in planes, material, elemental, nor transitive can her like be found. In but 10 days, an entire life was lived. More than mortal years. Mortal centuries were hers. Thy band, thy bond, gave that life to her.
We should celebrate that, shouldn't we? Not mourn what wasn't.
Thou speakest like me. Thou hast wisdom, after all.
It should have been one of my higher stats, to be fair.
In the fugue plane, her soul burns so bright, it pains
She's
the
in the...
gods
yeah.
to look
Isn't that limbo? We don't want her there.
Recall that in time, all changeth and all is rejoined.
So when I'm done raising hell here... That's nice. I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next?
Prick up thy ears and listen.
I wonder if you could save this character and put him in other people's playthroughs.
The balance of the world restored. The
Bye.
balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now.
What?
Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another.
Okay. Well, we're not getting DLC and we're not getting a sequel made by Larian, so...
But be ready.
We're probably also not going to get to play this party in the next game, if there is another Baldur's Gate. Actually, you know, these characters are probably going to recur.
I wish thee every possible
If another Baldur's Gate game happens, they're for sure going to use these characters, because they've used characters from previous Baldur's Gates already.
Problems worth
Right? Jaheira and Minsk. Two of the greatest friends I could dream of.
to you.
Make the ultimate sacrifice. What a game! Oh, that was an incredible experience. I always say that a lot when I finish these games, but like, I knew before I beat Act 2 that this game definitely deserved 2023's Game of the Year, okay? It's very, very dense, so very dense, with so much to do. I'm convinced, obviously we didn't do everything. I didn't get, like, just off the top of my head, I already know we didn't do everything because we didn't get the Owlbear stuff. We didn't do some of the side quests. We failed to get Saza saved, right? So, there's so much we probably already did and so many outcomes that'd be different just because we could play different characters. 4 more difficulties that I will most likely not be interacting with all that often because I'm just bad at strategizing in these games, but like so many other combinations and equipments and stuff that you could do and get just based off, just from a gameplay standpoint. And the story is fantastic. Is it the best story ever? It remains a D&D story, so it is what it is, right? They use the lore in D&D, and a lot of that lore leaves a bad taste in my mouth sometime because it's ancient and they were very much more open about dipping into what is now like what we call bioessentialism, where like you were born as one thing and it is bad. And with 5th edition, they allowed that to be a lot less consistent, where you can be like, where players can play certain characters of certain species or races and make them against what the original lore would have said. But this setting still relies a lot of its backstory stuff, a lot of its lore requires those things to be a thing. So Githyanki being aggressive and violent and etc., and Drow being just chaotic and manipulative and all that stuff, just those things that leave bad tastes in your mouth, like at least it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, like I already said, are kind of unavoidable when they're using the Forgotten Realms setting, because that's what was written. And if they want to make something that is in the same world as the rest, it's hard to avoid. I don't think it's actually it's not. I think unavoidable isn't the right thing. I just think that, like, I understand people who wouldn't want to interact with it, knowing that this stuff is a thing. Like, there are warnings that need to exist about this stuff now, because like, just the way that everybody treats tieflings, just the way that everybody looks at like Lae'zel when they see her the first time around, the way that that it's implied that they'll treat mind flayers from the get-go, that like the way that there needs to be something called the Society of Brilliance to try and redeem those things I feel like that's telling, but it just kind of sucks to see that. And a lot of people think that like you can write racism in video games and stories in a good way, and with, unfortunately, the way that they wrote it early on, it wasn't, because the racism was based in not prejudice. It was prejudice. Sorry, the prejudice in this lore was based off what was written as fact by most of the authors. You don't get your Drizzits in older stuff. All Drow really do come off as evil. You don't get your Lae'zels in a lot of... Lae'zel would not have, like, become a good character if she hadn't interacted, I guess not become a good character. Not have broken that indoctrination had she not met your Tav character. You don't get that kind of stuff in the old writings, because that's just how they said it, right? Goblin, bad. Orc, bad. All that stuff. So they've done a fantastic job of adding nuance to it, but it still exists. Like, all the tieflings are good that we meet in this game, for the most part. I can't remember a bad one, but but everybody else still interacts with them as like demon spawn, because, whoa, you've got devil blood and devil bad, right? So I think that's just a failing of the system. Valerian really did what they could, did the best that they could with this, and it is so good that like every choice in this game has nuance. I'm still not sure if the Emperor was a bad person, because because like he was trying to help, but then he wasn't, and then he immediately turned on us the second that we said we're freeing Orpheus. So I feel like there's some screwery there, but also like, right? I feel like he was way too quick to turn against us, so I feel like that's an indication of like bad. But we did not get the interactions that would make me go, "Oh man, he's bad." And I heard or read somewhere that he did something to Duke Stelmane, and I think we didn't find that, or I just completely erased it from my brain somehow, and that really sucks. So like, most people seem to think the general consensus is Emperor bad, and I can agree that going along with what the Emperor says all the time, not a good thing. But it's wild that like there's such nuance everywhere in this game. I really love it. There's some parts in the game, however, that you can't avoid going violence mode, which is, it's a video game, right? At some point you gotta fight, but you always have the non-lethal option to make yourself feel better if you don't want to do spells. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm ranting for a little bit. It's kind of going, it's wild, it's late, it's etc. I want to give this game is a 10 out of 10, I think. Maybe 9 out of 10 because I'm bad at it. But 10 out of 10 because difficulty is just an acceptable thing. So 10 out of 10, 100%. Very good game. Definitely deserved its 10 of game of the year. You'll get no arguments from me on that one. Wow. Oh, this is, I saw a TikTok about this earlier.
Thy face is God's.
Ball, miracle,
barely worthy of the name.
pain. Oh, wow.
Didst believe thy ploy would succeed. Didst believe I would not notice.
No, he is a god.
Thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their host.
He's the god, I can't remember his name. He's the god that they took the place of.
Didst think the other gods would not.
The original deity?
Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. The supplication of Bane.
What a weird fit, I mean.
Of Baal.
Wow.
The death mule of Merkel.
He's trashing them so hard.
I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Wow. What's the name of that god? Jurgle. So that's Jurgle. That would make him Jurgle. Also known as the final scribe. There you go. So that was Jurgle, and our only hint of it was that possibly we find him in a temple, but was the fact that Millen was his name, would call them the scribe. Incredible. Good job. Good job. Fantastic little tidbit at the end. Love that. Okay. With that being said, that is the end of, that's curtains on Baldur's Gate 3. I want to thank everyone who watched this. I want to thank Ada for nominating it as the streamed sub playthrough of hers. It is a sub playthrough, so subscribers on Twitch get to pick a game that we play during the year, once a year, unless I need to refresh them. And we're running out of games. We're due to play Elden Ring. Next. Now the problem is I don't think I'll be able to do that because I don't have access to PS5 at the moment. So we're gonna do an interim stream tomorrow, I think. And hopefully I'll have I'll have the PlayStation 5 available for streaming because there's some stuff moving around the house. We're probably gonna move the entire stream setup. So hopefully that gets done and I get to do PS5 by the time we need to stream Elden Ring. That'll be in a week and a half. All right. So no Elden Ring tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna find something else to do. Probably a fun interim stream that I don't have to worry too much about. It'll be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Yeah. Alliance Live next week. But before we go, I want to give a little shout out to Operation Olive Branch. If you go into the Twitch chat and you type in !OOB, as I have just done, unfortunately TikTok doesn't do bots, so at least not with Stream Elements. You get the links for Operation Olive Branch. Operation Olive Branch is a charity/relief organization sorry, seeks to help out in Palestine at the moment. Palestine being well, y'all know by now. You should know what Palestine is. I don't know how to describe Palestine. Besides, it is a place in the Middle East where the Gaza Strip exists, and currently the Gaza Strip is being bombed up and down on a regular basis by the Israeli government, the Israeli army, Israeli attack force, if you will, because they're not defending crap. And they're attempting to ethnically cleanse the Palestinians living there to claim a land that they seek to make their promised holy land, which is really unfortunate because it's not really unfortunate. It sucks. It's genocide. It's trash. So yeah, if you want to help out, in the links you have a GoFundMe that you can donate directly to Operation Olive Branch because they like to evacuate. They are doing good work by evacuating families and other folks from families and people that are not families. They're evacuating Palestinians from the Gaza Strip at the moment, from Rafah, where Rafah is currently, if I recall correctly, the most densely populated city in the world at the moment, because everybody on the Gaza Strip has been pushed to be in Rafah and is now being pushed outside of their own homeland because Israel believes that they don't deserve to live, I guess. I'd say they're being pushed out, but really they've been pushed into Rafah, and then Rafah's just got started bombed like at the night of the Super Bowl when they started bombing Rafah. So my opinion is that it was manipulative and really awful of a strategy to just kill people, and they are going for a death count, not for an evacuation count. Like, they will not be satisfied with evacuations and getting rid of every Palestinian that lives there to get them to move out. I think they will only be satisfied with killing people. So if you donate to the GoFundMe, at least they can get them outside of the Gaza Strip where they are relatively safe. And if you don't want to donate directly to Operation Olive Branch, you can click in the link tree, which is the Linktree link, which is the second link in my bots command text box, and allow yourself to look at every other link they've got. They've got a link which gives you as an FAQ about what Operation Olive Branch is. You can find the specific families to support to, and other partners that they have. There's a spreadsheet. They just have basically all upfront stuff to tell you what's going on with the funds getting sent to Operation Olive Branch, as well as just ways to answer questions that you folks might have that I cannot or don't know to answer in this small little blurb. So yeah, if you have $1,000 or more in your bank account, I beseech you to donate $5 to Operation Olive Branch today, the second you see this video, using that link. If you have less than 1,000, it's only $1. Don't donate just $1 if you can, because the more people donate, it's quantity over quality, people. The more people donate, the more money they get. And if you've already donated because you've heard me do the spiel before, then just donate another $1. It's $1. A charity tends to be tax deductible, so that should not be a reason to stop yourself. You will be able to get some of that back, if not all of it back, from your tax forms, particularly if you're in Canada or the United States. So yeah, I hope you folks have a fantastic night. I want everybody to remember the goal is to have a ceasefire as fast as possible. All eyes on Gaza, on Rafah. It's Rafah now. And yeah, free Palestine. Hope you folks have a fantastic new evening and morning. What's left of the evening. It's night now. Have a fantastic night and a fantastic morning. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. with To Be Determined. Love you folks. Peace out. This has been Baldur's Gate 3. Let's give a proper send-off.